Recently, I've been playing Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD, and I think I might have discovered something interesting. In Twilight Princess, there is a breakable object seen throughout the game. The object is the skull of some unknown creature of sorts. These skulls are seen either outside or inside almost every dungeon in the game. While they may not seem important, I believe that these creatures may reveal some of the history in Twilight Princess. So let's find out. To start things off, from what I can tell, these creatures were large in numbers, as you can see their skulls all over Hyrule. But for some reason, they either became extinct or simply moved out of Hyrule. They also had two horns on the back of their skulls. This makes me think that they might have been a type of Lizalfos, though I could be wrong. However, what I do know is that there are 3 certain locations where there are numerous numbers of these skulls. These locations are Arbiter's Grounds, the Sacred Grove, and Hyrule Castle. Now, while these 3 places may not seem like they have anything in common, they are connected by one person. That person being Ganondorf. Arbiter's Grounds was possibly Ganondorf's base before the ancient sages took over it, as evident by all of the Gerudo writing seen in the dungeon. The Sacred Grove is the place where the Temple of Time is located, and thus where the Triforce was guarded. Ganondorf had tried to gain access to the temple back in Ocarina of Time. And finally, Hyrule Castle is the place that Ganondorf attacks in every game he's in. So with that connection established, I believe that the skulls found in these 3 locations were the skulls of Ganondorf's forces when he had invaded Hyrule after his plan was found out at the end of Ocarina of Time. When you go to Arbiter's Grounds, you'll see a large number of these skulls outside and inside the dungeon. In fact, Arbiter's Grounds seems to be the place where most of these creatures died at. Now, the strange thing isn't the number of skulls that are there. No, it's how some of them are lined up. Some of the skulls are lined up in places like outside the entrance of the dungeon or in front of a place where you would open a treasure chest. They're even seen outside of the entrance of the boss room. All of this suggests that they were based in Arbiter's Grounds and that they were possibly guarding the place. I doubt that these creatures had invaded the dungeon after the sages took over, due to how a lot of the skulls are in places they shouldn't be at, like outside the boss room door. I also find it unlikely that the sages didn't update the dungeon security after they had taken it from the Gerudo. So unless the creatures had attacked Arbiter's Grounds shortly after Ganondorf's execution, it's most likely that the creatures were part of Ganondorf's forces alongside his Gerudo followers. In the Sacred Grove, you see several skulls outside of the door to the Temple of Time, and some in the area not too far from the door. The fact that they were even there indicates that the temple had been attacked, as many other people before me has theorized. You can even see their skulls inside the Temple of Time, meaning that some had broken into the temple prior to the temple being sealed off. Considering that it looks like the Temple of Time was specifically targeted, I doubt it was attacked by these creatures by random chance. It had to have been coordinated by someone, and the only person I can think of who would attack the temple is Ganondorf. Now, while I listed off Hyrule Castle as a place that the skulls were found at, I believe these creatures attacked Hyrule Castle at a much different date. These skulls can't have appeared when Ganondorf first invaded Hyrule, as Ganondorf's invasion of Hyrule had happened long before Twilight Princess. In fact, several hundred years, as stated by Aonuma. So I doubt Hyrule Castle in Twilight Princess is that old, given the look of it. However, just like the Temple of Time, it looks like the attack on the castle was coordinated as well. It seems as if the creatures had invaded Hyrule Castle from its underground waterway, as you see a large majority of their skulls down there, as well as in the dungeon. From what I found, it looks like the creatures were able to get all the way to the graveyard area of the castle. Finally, it seems like as if they were heading to the tower where Zelda was kept, as you see some of their skulls on the roof leading to the tower. It's impossible to say when any of this had happened, or who orchestrated the attack, but all I can say is, it wasn't recent, nor was it too long ago. Whatever these creatures were, it certainly looks like they did play some big part in Hyrule's history, but who knows. Thank you for sticking with me till the end of this video, and I hope you stick around for more. Thank you.